CryptoQ Media, I appreciate you coming back to my station. As the Bitcoin industry encounters yet another legal obstacle, those with an interest in the space are keeping a close eye on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. When the judge decided they couldn't regulate corporate cybersecurity, many of those who opposed the plan were ecstatic. James Murphy, better known as Metal Mom on X, is one of those who have publicly challenged Gary Gensler, chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Concurrently, the SEC's activities are at the center of the ongoing case against XRP. In light of the conference and the SEC's prior judicial defeats, the cryptocurrency community is reacting to the continuing lawsuit around XRP. To set the scene, the SEC just lost its case against SolarWinds, a setback that will affect the agency in significant ways. A federal judge ruled against the SEC's attempt to regulate the cybersecurity practices of businesses. The SEC is adamant that the internal controls of publicly traded corporations be subject to regulation. Judge Paul Le Angel Meyer of the U.S. District Court dismissed this claim, reasoning that it would give the SEC excessive regulatory authority. Meanwhile, Judge Meyer's ruling brought attention to the SEC's excessive authority. If T's claim were accepted, the SEC might potentially regulate waterpark safety measures, background checks, storage padlocks, and password sets, according to T. As part of his decision, the judge stressed that the SEC's authority should only extend to financial controls and not cover other internal procedures. This ruling has put many businesses' minds at ease over potential regulatory consequences following hacking. The complaint was motivated by an attack on SolarWinds in 2020. Russian hackers breached a corporation's software and gained access to government agencies and prominent IT corporations in this assault. Plus, the court did not believe the SEC when they said that SolarWinds had accidentally shown how bad the breach was during their investigation. The Ripple community is closely watching the SEC's latest defeats due to the continuing dispute over XRP. In response to X Murphy's claim that Congress should reconsider funding for SEC activities led by Gary Gensler against American firms, renowned SEC critic and attorney James Murphy has spoken out against the idea. A lot of people in the XRP community have been complaining about the SEC's regulation strategy for a while now, and now Murphy is making their complaints heard. Many people have speculated on the outcome and possible settlement of the XRP lawsuit, which has surprisingly been in the news recently. Some people are hoping that we'll find a solution soon. A lot of people think a settlement won't happen. Executive in charge at Ripple: it is the wish of the Brad Garland household that the litigation will be resolved expeditiously. However, in the ongoing dispute between Ripple and SEC, he has not specified a precise end date for the issue. The recent SolarWinds case loss has highlighted the difficulties the SEC has in carrying out its regulatory agenda. The Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC authority and methodology in regulating cybersecurity are likewise the subject of much criticism. The tactics and leadership of the SEC, particularly under Gary Gensler, continue to be major topics of conversation as the XRP case advances. Even though a meeting of senior SEC officials was due to happen yesterday behind closed doors, it was postponed. This is one of the reasons why XRP's price has risen, as it is one of the most successful cryptocurrencies over the last month. It is now trading profitably again after calming those anxieties. The Securities and Exchange Commission SEC meeting was earlier said to be set for Thursday. The meeting was not publicized as involving the SEC and Ripple, despite claims to the opposite made by certain corporate insiders. Several key issues concerning the Bitcoin industry are anticipated to be discussed at the meeting by the top securities regulator. Some examples of this include the Ethereum ETFs that Nance forbade trading in, the Ripple's case, the resolution of claims in litigation, and the filing and eventual settlement of injunctive actions. In the trading session leading up to the meeting, the price of XRP soared to 635 cents, its all-time high since the end of March. Turning the page to July 8. There has been a nearly 50% increase in the token's value. From its low point of 4,198 cents, it reached a new high point in the area. Meanwhile, as published on the SEC's website, yesterday the meeting was asked to be rescheduled to a private session by the SEC. This has sparked discussion regarding how it could impact the continuing Ripple case. Notorious XRP attorney Bill Morgan wasted no time attempting to debunk the idea that some in the cryptocurrency community saw it as a sign that the protracted legal struggle was gaining progress. An attorney for XR has put an end to speculation over the next SEC conference. The Securities and Exchange Commission announced that a meeting of the U.S. government has been postponed from July 18 to Thursday, July 25. Crypto enthusiasts, particularly those following the ongoing lawsuit with the SEC, have taken to speculating on the implications of this news. This led to the three primary issues being discussed during the confidential discussion. This area deals with matters related to investigations and enforcement actions, the establishment and resolution of administrative processes, and claims in litigation. Due to its prominent placement at the start of the release which addressed the resolution of administrative proceedings, some individuals doubted the announcement's relevance. Considering this latest incident of Ripple XRP, as anticipation mounted that this meeting might mark the final chapter in the drawn-out battle between Ripple and the SEC, attorney Bill Morgan quickly put an end to it by making it very clear that the gathering had zero bearing on the aforementioned issue. It should be remembered that the Ripple case started in 2020 and is currently continuing. The cryptocurrency world has been patiently watching the eye for any new developments. Nevertheless, it seems that Morgan's speech has put an end to any hopes that this specific SEC conference may result in a resolution to the prominent legal matter. The Ripple's lawsuit settlement speculations have not been updated with any fresh details. To hear former SEC attorney Mark Fiegel tell it, the parties are sitting on their hands before the district court decides on the remedy issue before trying to reach a settlement. Fiegel has spoken out against these accusations. If you're new to my channel and have just subscribed, I appreciate it. Until then, take care.